Well, John did a story on MSNBC about criminal justice reform, so he was a part of that interview. I was not a part of it at all. And then Donald, for some reason, thought that John was taking all the credit for it.
Caring about Social Security, caring about a safety net that protects people and make sure their children have an opportunity to grow up and have opportunity and thrive in this country.
Trump thought he could bully John Legend and Chrissy Teigen on Twitter. Big mistake, huge. These two just showed the world how to handle a presidential tantrum with style. Legend suggested Melania give Trump a gold star for being a good boy. Ouch, that's gotta sting more than a bad spray tan. Wanna know how Trump reacted? It's a doozy, and we've got all the juicy details right here. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Picture this. It's late at night and our favorite orange-tinted president is nestled in his comfy chair, probably surrounded by a mountain of Big Mac wrappers. What's he doing? Why, he's glued to MSNBC, of course. Because nothing says I hate fake news like obsessively watching the channel you claim to despise, right? Now, we all know Trump's got a thing for late night tweeting. It's like his version of counting sheep, except instead of falling asleep, he's keeping the whole world awake. And boy, does he love picking fights with celebrities. It's like his own personal version of Hollywood Squares, except he's always the center square and everyone else is just trying to block him. So there's Trump, his tiny fingers hovering over his phone, when who should appear on the TV but John Legend? Oh boy, you can almost hear the gears grinding in Trump's head. John Legend talking about criminal justice reform on MSNBC? It's like Christmas came early for our tweeter-in-chief. Now, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Trump's got a long history of Twitter attacks on celebrities. It's like his own personal version of whack-a-mole, except instead of plastic moles, it's real people with actual feelings. But hey, who needs empathy when you've got a Twitter account and a chip on your shoulder the size of Trump Tower? The irony of Trump watching MSNBC is thicker than his fake tan. It's like a vegetarian secretly binging on bacon videos at 2 a.m. You gotta wonder, is he hate watching or is he secretly yearning for Rachel Maddow's approval? Maybe he's hoping one day they'll say, you know what, that Trump guy's not so bad after all. Dream on, Donnie. As Legend starts talking about criminal justice reform, you can almost see the steam coming out of Trump's ears. How dare this successful, talented, respected musician have opinions on important issues?
District Attorney, as Attorney General, as Senator, and then Vice President, she's prepared herself for this role. She is eminently qualified to be president.
Well, Trump tweeted, musician John Legend and his filthy-mouthed wife are talking now about how great it is, but I didn't see them around when we needed help getting it passed.
Doesn't he know that's Trump's job? The anticipation builds. What will Trump say this time? Will he go for a classic sad, or maybe spice things up with a loser or two? And then it happens. Trump's thumbs spring into action, and before you can say covfefe, he's fired off a tweet attacking John Legend and his filthy-mouthed wife. Because nothing says presidential like insulting someone's spouse, right? It's like he's playing Twitter Mad Libs. Celebrity name, insulting adjective, and family member. Classic Trump. But here's the kicker. Why was Legend discussing criminal justice reform on MSNBC in the first place? Well, turns out he's not just a pretty face with a heavenly voice. Legend's been actively involved in criminal justice reform for years. He's even founded an organization called FREEAMERICA to address mass incarceration. So while Trump's tweeting, Legend's out there trying to make actual change. Who's the real legend here? Well, well, well. Looks like our favorite Twitter happy president is about to get a taste of his own medicine. John Legend, the smooth-voiced crooner with a heart of gold and a tongue as sharp as a tack, is stepping into the ring. And folks, he's not here to sing All of Me. He's here to serve Trump a slice of humble pie with a side of sass. Now, you might think a guy who can make the ladies swoon with his ballads wouldn't have much fight in him, but hold on to your hair pieces because John Legend's been sharpening his claws on Trump for years. He's been calling Trump a joke and a con man since before it was cool. It's like he saw through Trump's spray tan and spotted the orange turd underneath before the rest of us. So when Trump decided to throw shade at Legend for talking about criminal justice reform on MSNBC, our boy John wasn't about to take it lying down. He fired back with a tweet that hit Trump right where it hurts. His ego. Legend tweeted, "Imagine being president of a whole country and spending your Sunday night hate watching MSNBC, hoping somebody, anybody will praise you. Melania, please praise this man, he needs you." Ouch, that's gotta sting more than a fake tan gone wrong. Let's break down this burn, shall we? Legend's not just calling Trump out for watching a network he claims to hate. Talk about living rent-free in someone's head. He's also poking fun at Trump's desperate need for validation. It's like Legend's saying, "Hey Donnie, your mommy's not here to give you a gold star for being a good boy, so you're begging your wife to do it instead." But here's the kicker. Legend's tweet didn't just make us chuckle, it went viral faster than you can say covfefe.
Senators and governors, like Governor Shapiro is there, and Senator Klobuchar, and all these people that probably most Americans are like, who?
Legend responded, tweeting, "Imagine being president of a whole country and spending your Sunday night hate watching MSNBC, hoping somebody, anybody will praise you."
People were sharing it left and right, laughing their MAGA hats off. It's like Legend tapped into this collective frustration with Trump's constant need for praise and turned it into comedy gold. And boy, did the public eat it up. The hashtag number president pussy ass bitch started trending on Twitter faster than Trump could reach for his phone to tweet about fake news. It was like watching a wildfire of sass spread across the internet. People were celebrating Legend's clever comeback like it was the 4th of July. Only instead of fireworks, we got sick burns. But here's the thing, this isn't just about a funny tweet, it's about how celebrities like Legend are changing the game when it comes to political discourse. They're not just singing songs or starring in movies anymore. They're using their massive platforms to challenge politicians, spark discussions, and sometimes roast a president or two. Legend's tweet didn't just make people laugh. It got them talking about Trump's behavior, about the role of celebrities in politics, about how social media is changing the way we engage with our leaders. It's like Legend dropped a truth bomb wrapped in a joke, and the explosion is still reverberating. So what did John Legend say that left Trump so stunned? Well, it wasn't just the words. It was the fact that Legend beat Trump at his own game. He used Twitter, Trump's favorite playground, to call out the president's childish behavior. He turned Trump's need for attention into a punchline, and he did it all with the cool, calm demeanor of a man who knows he's just won the internet. Just when Trump thought he'd silenced his critics, a wild Chrissy Teigen appeared, and boy did she come out swinging. You see, while Trump was busy throwing shade at John Legend, he made the rookie mistake of referring to Teigen as John Legend's filthy-mouthed wife. Big mistake, huge. Now, if you don't know Chrissy Teigen, let me give you a quick rundown. She's like the internet's sassy best friend, armed with a keyboard and a wicked sense of humor. This woman's got more followers than Trump has excuses, with a whopping 39 million on Instagram alone, and she's not afraid to use that influence to put Orange Turd in his place. Teigen's been trolling Trump for years, like that time she tweeted "LOL, no one likes you" directly at him. It's like watching a master chef sprinkle salt on a wound, except the wound is Trump's ego and the salt is pure unadulterated sass. And you know what? Trump couldn't handle it. He blocked her on Twitter faster than you can say covfefe. But here's where it gets really juicy. When Trump tried to dismiss Teigen by not even mentioning her name, he unknowingly poked the bear, or should I say the tiger, because Teigen's claws came out and they were sharp. In response to Trump's tweet, Teigen fired back with "LOL, what a blank, 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 tagged everyone but me, and honor Mr. President."
When I first shared the photos, a lot of people were very thrown off by them. You know, it was such a personal, weird thing, and it was very weird for me to ask John to take the photos or have like this kind of documentation of this process.
And Chrissy Teigen chimed in, tweeting, "LOL, what a blank, 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 tagged everyone but me, an honor, Mr. President."
Now, I'll let you fill in those blanks with your imagination, but let's just say it rhymes with wussy-ass witch. And just like that, Teigen turned Trump's attempt to sideline her into a viral moment that had the internet in stitches. But here's the kicker. Teigen's not just throwing insults for the sake of it. She's using her platform to engage in political commentary and social issues. It's like she's serving a gourmet roast with a side of social justice. And people are eating it up. Her tweets get more likes and retweets than Trump gets spray tans in a year. What makes Teigen such a formidable opponent in this Twitter war? It's her ability to use humor and sarcasm to cut through the political noise. She's not just preaching to the choir, she's getting the whole congregation to join in. Younger audiences especially love her candid approach. It's like she's the cool aunt at the family dinner who's not afraid to call out Uncle Trump's BS. So what personal insult did Trump throw at Teigen that backfired so spectacularly? By trying to reduce her to just John Legend's filthy-mouthed wife, he inadvertently gave her the perfect ammunition. Teigen took that filthy mouth label and ran with it, proving that sometimes the best way to fight fire is with a flamethrower of wit. You know how they say never bring a knife to a gunfight? Well, Trump just brought a tweet to a roast battle, and boy did he get burned. Our favorite Twitter troll-in-chief thought he could take on John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, but he ended up getting served more than just covfefe. Let's face it, folks, when celebs and politicians duke it out online, it's not just mindless entertainment. It's like a digital gladiator match where the weapons are wit and the audience is, well, all of us. And this particular showdown, it was spicier than Trump's tanning spray. So, what happens when a reality TV star turned president picks a fight with a power couple who are basically the king and queen of Twitter? Well, it turns out that humor packs quite a punch in the political ring. Who knew 280 characters could leave such a mark? The internet went wild, and surprise, surprise, it wasn't Team Trump they were cheering for. Nope, the Twitterverse rallied behind Legend and Teigen faster than you can say fake news. It's like watching David take down Goliath if David had millions of followers and a wicked sense of humor. But here's the kicker, this isn't just about who can come up with the best zingers. It's changing the whole game of how we talk about politics.
It was, my heart stopped because at that moment you know that you're about to get the wildest group of people ever.
Ordinary Americans, and they want to make life better for ordinary Americans, and their opponent cares about enriching himself and his other rich friends, and the difference is very clear.
Gone are the days when politicians could hide behind fancy words and fake smiles. Now, they've got to face the music, or in this case, the memes. And let's be real, humor is the secret sauce here. It's like political commentary with a side of fries. Easier to swallow and leaves you wanting more. The youngsters are eating it up, proving that sometimes the best way to make a point is to make them laugh. Social media's turned the political landscape into a wild west of ideas. Anyone with a smartphone can challenge the big shots, and if they're funny enough, they might just change some minds. It's like democracy got an upgrade, and the new version comes with a roast button. But here's the million-dollar question. Will this Twitter tantrum make Trump think twice before he tweets? Will he finally learn that every time he opens his digital mouth, he's basically handing out free ammunition to his critics? Don't hold your breath, folks. Our tweeter-in-chief isn't exactly known for his self-control. The real juice here is what this means for the long haul. We're not just talking about a few laughs and some trending hashtags. This is reshaping how we engage with politics. It's making it more accessible, more relatable, and dare I say more fun. Who would have thought that political discourse would one day include the phrase, President PCA, Beach? And speaking of that phrase, let's talk about the tweet that started it all. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, decided to take a swipe at John Legend for talking about criminal justice reform. But instead of addressing the issue, he went for the personal attack, calling Teigen filthy-mouthed without even having the guts to tag her. Classic Trump move, right? All bark, no at. Well, folks, it looks like the political playground has a new jungle gym, and it's called Twitter. Who knew 280 characters could pack such a punch? In this world of hashtags and viral tweets, celebrity voices are becoming the new political megaphones, often drowning out the usual boring suit and tie chatter. Remember when politics was all about stuffy debates and long-winded speeches? Those days are gone, my friends. Now, it's all about who can craft the wittiest comeback or the most savage burn. And let's be honest, some of our favorite stars are proving to be way better at this game than the so-called professionals.
Well, John did a story on MSNBC about criminal justice reform, so he was a part of that interview. I was not a part of it at all. And then Donald, for some reason, thought that John was taking all the credit for it.
Caring about Social Security, caring about a safety net that protects people and make sure their children have an opportunity to grow up and have opportunity and thrive in this country.
So next time the orange turd in chief decides to fire off a late night tweet, he might want to think twice, or at least check who he's messing with. Because in this new political landscape, a well-timed zinger from a celeb can do more damage than a whole army of spin doctors. Who needs fact checkers when you've got John Legend and Chrissy Teigen on your side, right?